Hey everybody, welcome to Comics with Bueller. As always, I'm Bueller. Today we're going to look at 10 key comics I think you should invest in. I'll tell you why you should invest in them. I'll tell you what the going price is on eBay for sold listings of raw copies and also sold listings for CGC copies. I've also looked in the new Overstreet book that just came out just a couple weeks ago and compared the prices on those. And just so you know, Overstreet prices are listed as very fine and near mint prices, and I'll tell you both what those are. So let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and get started in these 10 books. The first one we're going to show you is Avengers number 48, which is right there. This came out in 1968. It's the first appearance of the Black Knight. Raw copies of this are selling for on eBay for around $30. CGC 8.5, which is the highest one I can find sold listing, is selling for about 150 bucks. Compare that to the Overstreet price guide. Overstreet for very fine is $48 and near mint $130. So they're pretty much right on the money if you compare the two, the Overstreet and the eBay prices. This is a great book. It's got a first appearance of a cool character, so if you're able to pick this one on the cheap, you should definitely pick this up. We're going to move on to Avengers number 75, and this is the first appearance of Archon. And raw copies of this near mint are selling for $20 on eBay right now. CGC copies, and I got a couple different listed. CGC 9.8, which is kind of hard to find, sold for $622. Quite a big jump from a near mint raw copy of 20 bucks. CGC 8.5 is selling for $75, obviously quite a bit more reasonable. And this book does have some years on it, so it's going to be hard to find a 9.8. And that's probably the main reason why it sold for so much money. Overstreet has this listed at a very fine for $35 and then a near mint for $90, and those are both raw prices. First appearance of Archon. He had his own series. Kind of a cool character to have, so if you can get this one, I'd say do it. We're going to take a step down, and this is a very affordable book right here. This is Fantastic Four, number 205. We all know the new Fantastic Four series just come out. This one came out in 1979. This is the first full appearance of the Nova Corps, which is kind of cool, you know, having the Nova Corps. This is very reasonable price. Raw copies of this between $5 to $15. CGC 9.8 is only selling for 86 bucks. Overstreet guide, it's not even worth bothering. They consider this like a common book, like $5 to $8. But a first appearance of the Nova Corps, it's kind of awesome. It's a great looking cover. I'd say pick this one up. You'll be able to find this one cheap, and you never know, you know, they might do something with the Nova Corps in the future, and then this book would just skyrocket. This is one of the newer books I wanted to show. This is Venom, Sinner Takes All. This is the first Bride of Venom. And pretty much anything Venom right now is just going through the roof. I can't even find copies of this in the Overstreet price guide. I mean, they have it listed for the whole series run for like $3 to $4. But right now, raw copies of this book are selling for 50 bucks near mint. And CGC 9.8 is selling for $250. It's a hot book right now. It's hard to find. Like I said, anything Venom that you can get, I would pick up. So if you see this book and get a good price, buy it for sure. We're going to switch back to some older books. This is Iron Man number 86. This is the first appearance of a villain. This is the first appearance of Blizzard. Raw copies of this, easy book to pick up, $5 to $10. CGC 9.6, the highest one I can find, $100. Not very much money. Overstreet price, very fine, $10, near mint, $18. You know, it's hard with first appearance of villains. You never know what the Marvel Universe is going to do, and they're going to pluck a villain out of nowhere. Example, Ghost from the Iron Man books, first appearance, and they put Ghost in the Ant-Man movie, and that book shot up. So I always like to buy first appearance of villains because you never know what they're going to do, and this one looks pretty cool. We're going to stick with Iron Man a couple more times. This is Iron Man number 43. This is the first intro to the Guardsman. This is also another cheaper book to pick up. Raw copies selling for about $15 and for near mint. And CGC 8.5 is the highest I can find, and this one's dirt cheap. It was only 40 bucks. That's about the cost to get a book CGC nowadays. Overstreet has this listed quite a bit higher. Overstreet has a Very Fine at 35 to Near Mint at 90 bucks. This book you should be able to pick up cheap also. First intro to the Guardsman. If you can find it, buy it. It's worth it. Let's set these down. Last Iron Man book for you. This is Iron Man number 27. This is the first appearance of Firebrand, another villain. Raw copies of this selling for about 10 bucks. Easy to pick up. CGC 9.6 is the highest I can find. This one is going for $160. Overstreet has it listed to Very Fine at 25 and Near Mints at about 55 bucks. Same case with this one, just like the last two Iron Man books. First appearance of a villain. You never know what they're going to do. If you can get it cheap, get it now before they spike. Okay, we're going to switch over to some Incredible Hulk. And this is Incredible Hulk number 155. This came out in 1972. This is the first Shaper of Worlds. Raw, Very Fine and Near Mint copies of this, about 36 bucks. 9.6, highest I can find, selling for about $220. So also reasonable. Overstreet has it listed to Very Fine at $17 and Near Mint at $35. So the Near Mint, Overstreet, and the Raw copies of this are pretty much selling for identical prices. First appearance, Shaper of Worlds. Not tremendously familiar with the character, but I like Hulk. You know, I like first appearance characters. It's definitely worth taking a look and maybe picking this one up. This next one's kind of fun. It's Incredible Hulk number 163. It's the first appearance of Gremlin. Came out in 1973, so this predates the Steven Spielberg Gremlins that he did. Raw copies of this book, 25 bucks, Near Mint. CGC 9.6, highest I could find, selling for $2.99. Overstreet has it pretty low. Overstreet, Very Fine, $25. Near Mint, 28 bucks. So actually, kind of right on the money. But kind of a neat character, the Gremlin and stuff. They could use him in many different ways down the line. So, and really all Incredible Hulk books are just great books to pick up right now. I think they're only going to spike as time goes on. So definitely if you can pick up this one up, you definitely should. And last book we got today is Tales of Suspense, number 56. This is the first Unicorn. We go from Gremlins to Unicorn. This came out in 1964. This one's going to be a spendy book. Raw copies of this, 6.5, considered 6.5 raw, 78 bucks. CGC, this is an old book, 1964, so it's hard to get a high grade in this, but a CGC 9.6 sold for $2,494. CGC 9.4 knocked that down, $1,570. Overstreet has this listed at Very Fine at $189 and a Near Mint at $650. So if you want a first appearance of Unicorn, you're going to have to shell out some money. But really all the Tales of Suspense books are jumping up in price right now. So if you can pick up any of them right now for the cheaper end, you should definitely do so. Okay, so we showed you 10 books that I think are going to go up in value. They range anywhere from prices to the low $10 all the way up to $1,000. So nice little variety for you guys. Hopefully you guys like this. I'll be doing some more videos on key issues I think you should invest in. I appreciate your time. If you're not subscribed already, go ahead and do so. Leave a comment. Give it a like as well. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.